Good morning, friends. You are listening to online lectures on soft skills, and you have been listening since long. Now we are in the last phase of our lectures, and today I am going to talk about something which is very interesting and very close to all of you. But before I delve deep into my topic, let me raise a few questions. How many of you at times become emotional? How many of you at times feel that it could have been better had I not to do this task? How many of you really feel disgusted at times, emotionally surcharged at times at your workplace when things do not go your way? I think majority of us will answer in the affirmative, because most of us have emotions, and every now and then things cannot go our own ways. Now what happens is, once you are at the workplace, you actually have to make certain compromises, at times for a high means, at times you have to become low also in terms of controlling your emotions. Today we are going to discuss emotional intelligence and critical thinking. My dear friends, most of you who have come to this earth have an urge to work, and when you work, you are actually associated with an organization, an institution, a company or whatsoever, and you feel that all around us are people. All around us are our colleagues, sometimes senior to us, junior to us, superior to us, and all these people, they are people or men and women like us, and all of them are having emotions. Now when we start or undertake a task, you come across several situations where some amount of emotion in you or in other people can create a sort of disturbance in carrying out the deal, in performing the task. But then all of us rather find that if we are driven by our emotions, works or tasks will not be completed. Now there is another question though that many of you might be asking or might be haunted by. What is that? When we talk about emotional intelligence, another intelligence also comes to hammer your mind, and that is, which you might have heard earlier also, and many people saying, because all of us in some way or the other have got some amount of intelligence. So people, you might have heard often saying, you have to get a job, you have to have a very good intelligence quotient that we call IQ. We at times have heard people saying the IQ level is not good. Imagine somebody is very intelligent and somebody gets the job because of intelligence, because of his intelligence rather, but when he comes to the workplace, it is not only that his IQ will work, rather he will have to have a sort of emotional intelligence which we call EI, emotional intelligence. Now in order to be successful, we have to carve a balance between these two. But before that, let us try to understand what is emotional intelligence and how did it come into our thinking. It was actually Richard Goldman who, in his book Working with Emotional Intelligence, gives a lot of attention on this term emotional intelligence. Now, this emotional intelligence refers to the capacity for reorganizing our feelings. Man, as I said earlier, is a pack of emotions, is a bundle of emotions. You know, what if a man doesn't have emotion? Can we ever think of such a man who doesn't have any emotion? All of us have got emotions. So, emotional intelligence is a sort of ability or a sort of capacity to reorganize our feelings and also those of others. It does not talk only about our feelings, but it also talks about others' feelings for motivating ourselves and for managing emotions well in ourselves and in our relationships. Wherever you work, whatever assignment you have, whatever job you are performing, you will find the job cannot be done successfully unless and until you have a sort of balance between your emotion and others' emotion. We have had several such situations while discussing, while talking about in some of our previous lectures. We have said that even when you work in a group, you will find that the group members, they also have some emotions, and it actually is a very challenging task to create a balance between everyone's opinions, emotions, and finally come to a judgment. Because in every job you have to have some judgment, you have to take some decision, my dear friends. You might be very intelligent, but don't you think that if we simply rely on our intelligence, our decisions may not always be correct. That is why we call meetings, that is why we discuss things in group and finally try to create a sort of consensus, and in all these we find emotions also have got a sort of control. Because when you are in an organization or in a job, you find the nature of jobs today has changed to an extent that at times it becomes very demanding, and if it affects your emotions and you are pulled by your emotions and you do not want to work, naturally there will be a sort of impasse. So, if such a situation is there, the progress of any organization, any institution will come to a halt. That is why it is very essential to create, it is very essential to control, and also to have a sort of balance, also to have a sort of regulation, also to have a sort of motivation in order to make our task better, in order to make our task important. Now, let us have a look at this clip, and then you will find how at times emotions hamper the smooth flow of communication, smooth exchange of ideas, also proper delineation of task. Now, if you find in this clip, it is actually between 2 or 3 or more people and they are discussing. The first one, you know, at times, because you are working in an organization, so you have to have a sort of coherence among the group members, among other people, and it is not that you can work on your own. At times you may have to communicate, you may have to exchange, you may have to ask, and in all these things, if emotion comes in and between, it becomes a sort of stumbling block. Now, let us read it. I need this room for my meeting. somebody wants this room for my meeting. Won't it make more sense for you to get a different room since we are already here? All of the conference rooms are booked. Okay, then I guess we should compare the importance of your meeting versus this one. Now see, both these people require the same room at the same time, and then nobody is willing to withdraw, and the meeting has to be conducted in this room. That is not how it works. Conference rooms go to the highest ranked manager. Now when such a situation arises and when such a statement is passed, naturally it will hurt the other party. It took me months to schedule this meeting. Somebody becomes very angry. So you will find that at times anger, outburst, these feelings create a sort of enmity also, and people start taking it too much to their heart, and finally they say the goal of this meeting is to figure out why nothing ever gets done around here. Now through this, what we want to understand it, if emotions crisscross, if emotions actually become the issue, things won't proceed further. That is why we find that it is quite important that our emotions have to be controlled. We shall see in the next slides how we can control our emotions. But before that, let us also, because another term that we have taken here is critical thinking. Now all of you, when you are in jobs, when you have started your jobs, you will find in order to carry out your task, you have to have a sort of quality, and that is called critical thinking. Because whenever you are going to take a decision, my dear friend, all you need to have is to have a sort of critical thinking, because situations are varied, things are changing, people have different mindsets, and the tasks, some of the tasks are very immediate, some of the tasks are very urgent. Now during all these things, you will have to come out with a sort of measure, and for that you actually require a sort of critical thinking. Critical thinking has been defined by many people in many ways, but let us try to work out on a working definition of what critical thinking is, because nowadays all the organizations, they actually work, and the basis of this work is communication, because it is not only the men who work, but it is men's communication which actually work. So critical thinking is a mode of thinking about any content, about any subject, in which the thinker improves the quality of his or her thinking by skillfully taking charge of the structures inherent in thinking. You know, we are thinking machines. Men are but thinking machines, but every now and then we do not think exactly, isn't it? So sometimes there may be flaws in our line of thinking, as you might have seen when we are having a group discussion. When we are talking about the group discussion, we could see that one person may not agree with others' views, or some person may be very lopsided, some people may be very biased. Now during this situation, all the people of the group, they actually have to improve in their thinking, and in a way they have to impose intellectual standards upon them. So such is actually the power of critical thinking. Every now and then we are learning, as a young person who joins an organization or an institute or a workplace or a company, or for that matter any professional institute or whatsoever, you find every now and then we are trying to learn. You have learned a lot, but at times you have to unlearn, because all that you have learned may not be the only correct thing to do. That is why all we need to do is we need to create a sort of desire for self-assessment, for self-learning throughout. Now there are certain components of critical thinking that you should always keep into consideration. First is imagination. All of us have got imagination. No man is without imagination. So whenever a task comes before us, all we need to do is we need to imagine very actively. You need to think about what may happen. For example, you are going to the meeting. You simply know the agenda, but do you not think about what will happen, what can be discussed on this matter, what points I do have, how it will be to give a better or a balanced viewpoint, how I should have a proper sense of observation or keen sense of observation, and how if other people are talking, how by your creative listening you can also extract some of the ideas and some of the points on which you can debate or discuss and come to a final conclusion or a solution. And then are you in a position to ask relevant questions? Every individual is curious enough to know a lot of things, but then the question is, are we having the capacity to ask the right question at the right time? Because things may go wrong if the right questions are not asked at the right time, because you are there not only to see what people say, but you are also there to see how an improper line of thinking suddenly is brought to the notice of everyone. So asking the relevant question, and if you find there is some sort of fallacy in this statement, some sort of lapse in this statement, you are there to guide, you are there to put forth your own views. At times it has also been seen that people become very judgmental. You need not be judgmental. If you are a critical thinker, you must not judge people, because if you judge without having proper observation, your judgment may be wrong. So never judge in a short time, or a hurried judgment is always frightening. So ask relevant questions, and if you find that there are certain irrelevant questions or irrelevant statements, you are having every liberty to discard. But before discarding, you should ask yourself the point that you are raising, how valid it is. Of course it will take time for you, because in the initial stages you do not have that much of experience. Experience is a better teacher, my dear friends. So keep on learning from your experience. And then at times when somebody says something at the workplace, whether it may be your boss, it may be your colleague, it may be somebody who is your peer group person, so you have also to say what sort of relationship is there. Relationship not between these statements, not between the viewpoints, but relationship also between people, because at times decisions can be taken based on the relationship also. So examine the relationships, and one should always try, whether you are in the capacity of a leader, as we have already discussed in leadership skills. If you are in the capacity of a leader, you have to see how everyone's points are assimilated, how everyone is given proper room to justify his or her line of thinking, because neutrality is the hallmark of a leader. Though of course you may have to take an extra step at time if the need be, but if you assimilate all these things, perhaps you are developing yourself as a critical thinker. And in order to survive today, you need to have a sort of critical thinking, my dear friends. Now let us once again come to the emotional intelligence part, because unless and until you are going to control your emotions, you cannot become a critical thinker. An observation says that most of the women on an average are more aware of their emotions, so more empathy, and are more adept interpersonally. So when we are talking, say we are having a sort of conversation, I mean two people having a sort of conversation, four people having a sort of group discussion, so you will find that at times somebody says something, maybe the view is immature, but then you need to think it in a different manner. You need to have a sort of empathy. If you are speaking too much and you are not allowing room to the other person, perhaps you are trying to impose your own views. You are perhaps not considerate enough about others. So that actually makes a difference. Let us also and throw some light on the differences between emotional quotient that can be judged based on emotional intelligence, and then intelligent quotient. So when we judge emotions, we call that emotional quotient. Both for EQ and IQ, there are certain tests. So if you go deep into it and you may read further, you may find out what tests are there. Since the term emotional intelligence has got emotion, of course it is confined more to emotions, whereas intelligence quotient is based on your mental ability or intelligence. Emotional intelligence helps you not only to understand your emotions, because you will find at times in your job that when you are analyzing yourself, because self analysis is the first step in emotional intelligence. So you are not only understanding your own emotions, but you are also understanding others' emotions, how it may affect. Whereas IQ is related to academic abilities, and in jobs, you know, people with the high intelligence quotient may get jobs, no doubt, before you. But when it comes to being successful, it is people having a better EQ, emotional quotient, who succeed better, because it is based totally on the relationship, as I said, and a true leader relies more on emotional quotient. Of course, he doesn't ignore intelligent quotient, but in order to be a better leader, you need to carve a balance between your EQ and IQ. Now, what are actually the various components of emotional quotient? In this regard, first is that you have to be aware. Are we really aware? Ask yourself this question. And what do we mean by awareness? What are the components of awareness? Self-awareness, self-regulation, self-awareness, becoming aware of yourself, becoming aware of your emotions, then motivation, empathy, and then social skills. Now, when we talk about self-awareness, what we should focus on first is your own emotional awareness. How do you at times feel? How, and you know, since you are a man, you are having a lot of emotions. Others also have emotions. So first be aware of your emotions, and then also try to put yourself in the position of others if they also feel emotionally surcharged. And if two people are emotionally surcharged at the same time, maybe there may be an outburst of emotions, outbursts of feelings, and that may impede the progress or smooth functioning of a task. Assess yourself. We have already talked about how you can assess yourself. When you assess, I here do not mean assessing your educational qualification, but assessing your emotions. All of us can understand how certain reactions to our body, because it is related to our body, how certain reactions to our body can affect us at the workplace. And then, as we have said, self-confidence is one of the important ingredients of awareness. Self-confidence, how confident you are, you will find in many situations, like appearing at the interview, performing a group task, giving a speech, presenting a report. During all these situations, you find you need to have a sort of self-confidence. I need to do this task, but if my self-confidence doesn't support me, naturally I won't be able to do this in the given time. So you need to develop your self-confidence, and self-confidence comes not only from preparation, but from a sort of saying to yourself that you can do it. I mean, can-do attitude. There are so many motivational lectures being delivered in all parts of the world where they are actually trying to raise your self-confidence level. A person who may not be very qualified enough, or a person who may be very qualified enough, but if he is lacking in self-confidence, he won't be able to succeed. Then comes self-regulations. As I said, man is but a pack of emotions. Emotions are there, all sorts of emotions. But then in order, and the emotions, we often say, please keep your emotions at home, but in reality that doesn't work. Most of the time we carry our emotions with ourselves. That is why when you are going to deliver a talk and suddenly some other emotion came on you and you find that you are going to forget your words, you have started stuttering and fretting on the on the stage, and you are heard no more, my dear friends. So why does it happen? Because you have not been able to have a sort of self-control. So you will have to have a sort of control, and you will have to regulate your emotions. Then comes trustworthiness. What do we mean by trustworthiness? You know, if in organizations or in groups, people will trust you only when you are true to your words. Trust takes time to develop. You say something and you do something else. Such a person is often dicey. Such a person is often unpredictable, and you cannot be accepted then when the time comes. They cannot think of you as a leader, because they also try to see a sort of correlation between your words and your action. And then comes the conscientiousness. Whether you have a conscience, have you been able to discriminate between the right and the wrong? We have already discussed a lot when we are talking about ethics, workplace ethics. No, if I have been given this task, I should do this task in the most ethical manner, in the most conscientious manner. I should actually be aware of, I should not be guided by my emotions. Because you know, when you do not have the conscience, you actually become biased. You do not understand what is right and what is wrong. And then adaptability, we have already talked about in some of the lectures, that at the workplace, any moment anything may change, any emerging situation, any emergent action may have to be taken. At that time you have to adapt to, my dear friends. So you have to have a sort of adaptability, adapting yourself, changing yourself according to the situation. Adaptability can also be substituted by the word flexibility. Are you flexible enough? Because at workplaces, it is actually the people who work, and you will at times have to understand their situations. And how can that happen? That can only happen when you put yourself in his or in her situation and then see it. Perhaps you can become a responsible person, you can be respected, you can be accepted, you can be honored, you can be treated, because you are a person who can be trusted. And then innovation. Do you have innovation? You have, of course, emotions. When you are going to deliver a lecture, you suddenly find the adrenaline surge in your body and how you start feeling nervous. So what I have said earlier, you have to have a sort of control over your nerves. You have to say that everything is right. The heaven is not going to fall down, nor the earth is going to crumble, my dear friend. Nothing will happen only if you have to say that everything is in order. So you have to regulate your own emotion. That is what I mean by self-regulation. Motivation. If a person who is well prepared, if a person who correlates between his words and action, he is the person who can motivate. It is not the person who simply sits in his chair and passes on orders, instructions, allocates tasks, but he should also have the ability to initiate. What happened? You have seen, today we are living in a world where India is counted as one of the countries where this cleanliness drive, Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, one man started the initiative, and then in all the organizations, all the individuals also, they have started, they are carrying forth this idea of cleanliness. How is that possible? That is possible only because of the achievement drive of one single person. So if we can also have that drive in an organization, that I will have a sort of achievement drive, I will do something new, I will innovate, others will follow. You simply have to come forward, and when the leaders come forward, followers, they follow. And you have to have a sort of commitment. Of course, in order to have commitment, you need to have some amount of sacrifice. So, initiative is the most important thing, and initiative with a sort of optimism. Of course, when we are going to do something new, we actually are frightened as to what will happen. But a man having self-confidence and a man having a determination to do well, nothing can stop him. He can always proceed further. He can always carry forward the dreams that he has. The first thing is, you need to have a sort of determination. And once you have a determined leader, once you are yourself a determined person, you will not only motivate yourself, you will motivate others as well. Of course, at the workplace, in order to be successful, you not only need some personal competencies, but you also need social competencies. Personal competencies we have already talked about. Now we are going to talk about some social competencies. What do we actually mean by social competency? You will find that at workplace there are people, and you are, if you are in the driving seat, you need to have some personal competencies, as we have said, achievement drive, initiative, action oriented, motivation and all. But then you also need to develop some other skills, and one of these prime skills is social skills. Social skills is to understand others. You know, when you are working in a group, you will at times find that some person is not putting his 100%. Why? There may be some problem. You know, if you have got that understanding to explore and to inquire and to ask, by being, and when you start goading people emotionally, things will come out. So you have to understand others emotions, and when you know their emotions, when you know their predicament, their troubles, you also need to empathize. You also need to find out some solution. It is not that you are there only to ask the problems, you also need to tell them what is the solution and how he can achieve that. So develop others. When you develop others, of course you can do that by having a sort of service orientation, telling people that this is the task that we have to do. And at times you also have to put your own commitment level, sometimes more even. And if you think what is happening around you, how your company is being rated, how people are thinking about you, how there are diverse people from different cultures, faiths, people from different tastes, people from different say beliefs and all. So if you are able to assimilate, and then you can come forward. That is why, you know, a leader is one who can assimilate all these things. And you also have to be aware, that is also a part of social awareness skills, that if something wrong, you know, some conspiracy is being hatched, so how will you be able to understand? You will be able to understand when you observe others, when you keep a watch over others. But that does not mean you are only having the third eye, or you are playing the role of a big brother. No. You actually have to have a sort of brotherly feeling. You actually have to have a sort of idea of how people can react in adverse situation. So in order to succeed at the workplace, you not only need personal competencies, but you also need social competence, and for that you need to have some social skills. Now what are these social skills? First is influence. How can influence come to us? How can we become influential? As I said earlier, in order to have a sort of influence, you should ensure that there is no gap between what you think and what you do. By being fair in terms of dealing, by not being biased, by not having a sort of discriminatory attitude, and you should have a very smooth communication. We have discussed a lot in many of our lectures about communication, because you know all of us are social beings, no, and the sort of communication we have, because as Descartes says, thanks to language man became man. I mean, the sort of language that you use, the sort of expression that you use, the sort of words that you choose, all these actually make you a better communicator, and then influence will come. If you have been able to win people, if you have been able to affect people by your genuine attitude, by your genuine cooperative attitude, you will also be able to manage the conflict, because conflict at times arises at the workplace and you have to mitigate the conflict, and that is possible only when you can understand and you can listen to the views of others. For that you need to have a good listening skills, which you already might have developed over the years and you are also going to develop once you are at the workplace. And then leadership, we have already discussed a lot about leadership. An effective leader is one who listens to everyone's grievances, and then finally he takes things keeping into consideration that it is not only his own drive but he is doing it for his own organization. And then can you become a change catalyst? I mean, can you be the person who can bring change? People are not coming to their organizations in time, not coming to their offices in time, but what device you will develop so that timeliness is respected. If the boss comes too early in the office and before time, everyone will come in time, on time, and then you have to build bonds. Of course, there may be people having different views, people having different opinions even about you and about others, but then your duty is to manage, is to create a sort of balance. Are you having a sort of, are you bringing collaborations from other organizations, or are you collaborating with some other companies? Are you also thinking of some collaborative projects where you are also going to include many of your potential employees and all? So all these, if you take into consideration, you are a team man. My dear friend, we are living in an age where you need to be a team person, a person who thinks about the welfare of the team, and a person who believes that it is individuals who make teams, and the loss or the win ultimately goes to the team leader's head. And for that matter, the team leader has to be somehow different. And how can he be somehow different? Only when he can control his own emotions, only when he can regulate, only when he can carve a balance between personal emotions, social skills, and if he has got a new or an innovative skill which we call critical thinking skills, then he perhaps will be able to take a better decision. My dear friends, emotions are there with us, because as Shakespeare says, what a piece of work is man, but man has got immense potential in him. He has got in him the desire, the choice. If he decides, he can undertake the journey even to the sun, and nowadays going to the Mars has become a possibility. So how it has been possible? Only because of people's, not only people's personal will and drive, but also people's innovative abilities. Because in order to be different, in order to be decent, you will have to follow what Robert Frost says in one of his poems: two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by. When I say less traveled by, I mean a man who is extraordinary, not the man who simply has a routine affair and all. So when you do something extraordinary, when you go an extra mile, and then he says, and that has made all the difference. So my dear friends, let us remember and the line that Robert Frost says, two roads diverged in a wood. So wood stands for uncertainty, wood may stand for say confusion. So at times you may be confused, at times you may be driven by your own emotions, but and I took the one less traveled by. I mean, you did something which only extraordinary people can do, and that is why that has made all the difference. My dear friends, difference of opinion is good, but let there be a deference for difference of opinion, meaning thereby respect the differences and be different and not indifferent, because being different is good, but being indifferent is always bad. Let us see what we think and how we think when we are in an emotional state, and also think that other people also may come across such a situation, but the need is to create a sort of balance. I hope you will be balancing your emotions, your intellect, your intelligence. Thank you very much. I wish you all a good day ahead and want you all to become different, decent, innovative, and also problem solving leader. Thank you very much. Wish you all a very good day ahead.